Hi there, my fellow stroke survivors. Today's video is going to be a little personal, and I want to talk to you about love after stroke. And I think I have a wonderful love story. I was certain that I wouldn't find love again after my stroke. I had been in an abusive relationship for a very long time when I had my stroke, and at the moment that they told me that it was a stroke, I looked at the man beside me and just realized that that was not the last face that I wanted to see. And my stroke gave me some strength that I had needed for 10 years. And it took a while, but I managed to get away from that relationship. And it was the best thing that I ever did for me personally and for my family, and it just wasn't a good situation. And if anything good had to come out of my stroke, that was certainly one thing, that it gave me the power that I needed to get back to being about me and not letting somebody control me anymore. So after that, I had decided that I wasn't going to be looking for love. I didn't want a relationship. I really wasn't even looking into dating. I just had given up on the whole concept of finding someone. And around, around February of 2013, I was searching for different stroke-related support groups on Facebook, and I found a page dedicated to Joyce Hoffman has written a book, Tales of a Stroke Survivor, and she had this page dedicated to her book, and I've read her book, so I, signed up for her page. And just one day I was looking through the comments, and I happened to see somebody post, his name was Jason Miller, and he posted that he was looking for other young people to talk to about being a stroke survivor. As you know, being a young stroke survivor has a lot of different challenges and a lot of different things that we deal with that maybe somebody in their 70s or 80s wouldn't have to deal with. And finding a new relationship would certainly be one of those things that, well, you can't, of course you can look for love at that age, but it's just not as common, when you're in your 30s and 40s. And Jason had his stroke at 32, and I had mine at 46. And so I saw him put the comment that he was looking for, younger people to talk to. And I posted that I had the same issue, that, my doctor tried to get me involved in a support group, but the people in the support group were much older than I was. And so I, made the comment that I was also looking for that. And Joyce said, well, there you go, Jason. There's someone you can talk to, and maybe start a page dedicated to young stroke survivors. So at that point, Jason and I started talking on Facebook about being young stroke survivors. And I'll have to admit, I was browsing his pictures, and I found one that was just amazing. He had the sun on his face, and I said, you are one good-looking man, Jason Miller. And that kind of started a different kind of conversation. And regarding that picture with the sunlight, I can remember we both had a very wonderful conversation about that. And I wonder how many of you can share this experience, that, like the first time that you get outside after your stroke and you feel the sunshine on your face, I don't know, I just remember looking up to the sky and feeling for the first time in a very long time the sun on my skin, and realizing how wonderful that feeling was and how simple of a feeling it was to have and to just experience, and to be thankful and grateful that I could have that experience. So anyway, Jason and I started to talk. Now Jason is from Kansas and I am from New York. 1,900 miles separated us, and we started talking to each other online, and then that turned into phone calls, and we definitely got to know each other. It's amazing how well you can get to know somebody when you don't see them face to face. There's just that, I don't know, there's the ability to be completely and totally honest with the person about your flaws and imperfections, and it was easy for me to talk to him because of the distance between us. I was like, oh, so I'm never going to meet this guy. I'll just, have conversations and, just enjoy having someone to talk to that understands. We both say, that we get each other. And that is the biggest thing after having a stroke, that you don't always find people, the non-strokers, that they don't understand what you're going through. So it's nice to have somebody that does understand. It took probably 2 or 3 months for us to decide that we would like to meet each other. And in July of 2013, Jason came for an extended visit to New York. He stayed for a month. And, during that time, we fell in love with each other. We fell madly and deeply in love with each other. I think we probably fell in love prior to that, but the actual, all 5 senses making it just so easy to realize that we belong together. And, it was very interesting because for the first time we could use lucky and stroke in the same sentence, because had we not had our strokes, we never would have met each other. And, had it not been for Joyce, we never would have made that link either. And, the rest is sort of my fairy tale. My wonderful Wizard of Oz asked me to marry him in September 20th of 2013. And September 20th of 2014, we were married. And we moved to Kansas in November of 2014 because of the weather situation upstate New York. Just the temperatures, cold temperatures, were just awful for me. And so we live in Kansas now, and I could not be happier. I am so in love, and our story is an amazing love story, and I want other stroke survivors to know that there is love after stroke. You don't have to certainly go about it the same way that I did, but don't count yourself out, because you could be passing up something amazing. We're so incredibly happy, and he is my rock, and we're both left side affected. He is paralyzed. His arm, he has no function with his arm, and he wears an AFO. So he has certainly more struggles than I do, but we're like the perfect balance for each other. And I just can't say enough good things about him. And I just wanted to give you guys a little encouragement, and to make sure that you know that if you're single, that it's out there. If you're not single and you're in a relationship that isn't good for you, then from the bottom of my heart, I beg you to try to find a way out of it. Don't stay just because it's the right thing to do. Don't stay because of what other people would think. You have to do what's best for you. We only get one time around on this merry-go-round, and this isn't a dress rehearsal. This is it. This is the final act, and we have to be able to to be happy. Happiness is key. And I think when you find happiness, complete and total happiness, the rest of your life sort of falls in place. And so I hope you liked my little love story. And if you want to hear more stories like this, I'd be happy to tell you. But yeah, share your love story with me if you've got something. Put it down in the comments. If you're new to my channel and you like what you see, then please go ahead and subscribe and like this video if you liked it. And I'll be back next week with some more insight, some more stroke-related information. And yeah, so have a wonderful evening.